Welcome to the tutorial for Platinum Planner. My name is Blake and I'm one of the instructors here at the WCJC EMS program. So before we begin, here are a few helpful hints for you to be successful. Number 1. Take detailed notes on all the skills that you perform in the classroom. If you have any questions about what to document, please ask your instructor. Number 2. Every day that you practice skills, you should go home that night and document these skills in Platinum Planner. And finally, number 3, please do not wait till the last minute to document your skills. This skill documentation is required for you to receive your course completion. Without your course completion, you cannot test for National Registry. Okay, time to get started. This is your home screen. Today we are documenting skills, so the first step is to select the Labs tab. Then select My Labs. This is where you'll manage all your labs. You should create an individual lab for each of the skills days that you do in class. Here you'll see many different organizational tabs. When you submit a lab, it will appear here. Once your instructor approves a lab, it will appear here. The Ready to Document tab is where you'll be able to access the labs that you have not submitted. Also, if you have incorrectly documented the skill, your instructor will return the lab back to you. The return lab will appear under this section. For a rejected lab, your instructor will have typed a response back to you on why they rejected it. You can find this under Messages. You will have to correct the error and resubmit the lab. Time to create a new lab. In the top right corner, you'll see Create a New Lab. Go ahead and click here. Start by selecting your class from the drop-down menu. Then create a lab name that correlates with what you practice. We will call this lab BVM. Ensure that you insert the correct date and time for the lab. Then click Create New Lab. Here is where you input all of your skills. On the below list, select all the skills that you practice for the day. We will select Ventilation, Bag Valve Mask, 1 Rescuer. Scroll down and you will see the skills selected. From your notes that you took in class, transfer the appropriate information where it applies. First, the time. Next, the patient type. Here you'll see many different types of patients. Let's cover them individually. A cadaver is a deceased person for study. A live patient is a live patient. Low fidelity is the CPR mannequins or the airway mannequins, and high fidelity is the full-size mannequins that we control with the tablets. Now select the age. In the notes section here, you can notate that you place the patient on 15 liters per minute of oxygen. Last, you must click Successful to get credit. Then notice below that more attempts appear. If you practice a skill multiple times, then you can insert your other attempts here. Once completed, click Save and Refresh. Next, select the second tab called Forms. Here you'll see forms for the skills that you've selected. For each skill, it requires its own form. Select the form and then fill out a new attempt. Input your name and date. Then proceed below to grade yourself. And at the very bottom, do not forget to select Pass. Then insert the instructor name who observed you during the skill. Click Submit. Now it's time to select the tab Lab Documents. Here you will see all the PDF forms that you must complete. Click on the form and download it. Here's what the PDF looks like. We will fill in this document together. First, start with your name, then the date, your class, and then page 1 of however many pages that you have. Then use the notes you took in class to document this. I'm only going to place in 1 attempt for the example, but as you can see, there are columns here for 5 attempts. So if you completed 6 attempts, you must upload an additional form. Then insert the time. Notice that each attempt would have a different time. Then go through each step here and give yourself credit. At the bottom, do not select any critical criteria, and then make sure that you select the Pass button. Then add in the evaluator's name and initial. This will be the instructor who is teaching that skill, and if you don't know their name, please put your lead instructor's name. Now it's time to save the form. What I did is actually created a folder on my desktop, and I'm going to save this document into that folder. This will make it easy to find for later. So go to your desktop and find that file. Here it is. And then drag and drop over to the green bar, and this will upload the form to Platinum Planner. Once complete with all your documentation for this lab, click on the Submit Lab tab. Now click the Submit Documentation button, and you are finished with this lab. The lab will now be sent to your instructor for approval. The final thing that we need to cover is running a progress report. Select Reports at the top of the page. Then select Progress Reports. After, select your class from the drop-down tab, then select Run Report. Here you'll see all of your progress in the labs as well as in clinical. Today we're going to focus on the lab section. As you scroll down, you'll see multiple skills. During the semester, you'll have time to practice these skills on your own. If you're missing attempts for, let's just say, helmet removal, then you should practice these during your free time. So let's go back to the top of the screen. Here at the top, if you do not have 100% on both hours and skills progress, you will not receive your course completion. Here is an example of a student that is 100% complete. Once complete, you will then receive your course completion. Thank you for watching.